As we age, our bodies start to change in subtle but significant ways. What worked for us in our 30s and 40s doesn't necessarily serve us in our 70s. And when it comes to your heart, the choices you make, especially the foods you eat, can either protect it or silently destroy it. Today, we're diving into the 9 heart-destroying foods that you absolutely must avoid after 70. These aren't just foods that make you gain a little weight. They're silent killers, quietly damaging your arteries, raising your blood pressure, and increasing your risk of heart attack, stroke, and even death. If you love your life, your family, and the years you still have ahead, you need to listen carefully. Because each one of these foods can be toxic for your heart, especially after 70, when your body becomes more vulnerable and less forgiving. Some of them will surprise you. Some may even be on your plate right now. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to eliminate to give your heart the best chance to thrive, not just survive. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to our channel, Faith Wisdom, where we share powerful, life-changing wisdom that helps you live longer, stronger, and more intentionally. We make content that isn't just good for your body, but food for your soul. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a video that could save your life. Let's get started with the first heart-destroying food. Number 1, processed meats, the slow artery killer. You've seen them at every deli counter. You've probably loved them since childhood. Sausages, bacon, hot dogs, ham, salami. These are the go-to choices for many older adults because they're convenient, flavorful, and easy to chew. But here's what they really are: time bombs for your heart. Processed meats are packed with sodium, saturated fat, and preservatives like nitrates and nitrites. These chemicals don't just preserve the meat, they damage your blood vessels, stiffen your arteries, and trigger inflammation that leads to plaque buildup. And the worst part, you may not feel the damage immediately. There's no sharp pain, no obvious symptoms. But every sandwich with deli meat you eat pushes you a step closer to a heart attack or stroke. After 70, your body doesn't filter toxins like it used to. Your heart works harder, your arteries are less elastic. One study showed that consuming just 1 serving of processed meat per day increases your risk of heart disease by 42%. That's not just a statistic, that's a warning. Want to love your heart? Drop the deli, choose lean, unprocessed proteins instead, like grilled chicken, beans, lentils, or tofu. Your heart will thank you, and so will your future. Number 2, deep-fried foods, crispy outside, crippling inside. French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, donuts. They smell good, they taste heavenly, but they are pure poison for your heart. Why? Because deep frying transforms food into a cholesterol-packed grenade that explodes inside your bloodstream. It causes a spike in LDL, bad cholesterol, inflames your arteries, and leads to a hardening of the blood vessels, a condition known as atherosclerosis. You may say, but I only have fries once in a while. Here's the truth. After 70, even occasional indulgences can have long-lasting damage. Your metabolism slows down, your liver isn't as efficient, and your cardiovascular system is already under pressure from decades of use. Deep-fried foods are cooked in oils that are often reused over and over in commercial kitchens, producing trans fats, the most deadly type of fat for your heart. Trans fats raise your LDL cholesterol and lower your HDL, good cholesterol, effectively setting the stage for a cardiovascular catastrophe. Even worse, studies have shown that frequent consumption of fried foods increases the risk of heart failure by up to 68%. That's not a gamble you want to take. So next time you crave those crispy golden fries, remember this: it's not just your waistline that's at stake, it's your lifeline. Number 3, sugary desserts. Sweet taste, bitter end. You've lived a long life. You've earned your pleasures. A slice of cake here, a pie there, maybe a cookie with your coffee. But here's what most people don't know. Sugar is one of the most destructive substances for your heart, especially as you age. When you eat foods high in added sugar, think cakes, pastries, candies, and sweetened cereals, you spike your blood glucose levels. Over time, that leads to insulin resistance, weight gain, And worst of all, chronic inflammation that damages your heart tissue. Even if you've never had diabetes, elevated blood sugar levels increase your risk of heart attack and stroke. Sugar also raises your triglycerides, a type of fat in your blood that clogs arteries and impairs circulation. After 70, your body is less capable of processing sugar efficiently. Your pancreas doesn't work as fast. Your insulin sensitivity drops. That means even a little sugar has a bigger impact on your system than it used to. Don't be fooled by low-fat desserts either. They often have even more sugar to compensate for the loss of flavor. It's not about avoiding dessert altogether. It's about making wiser choices. Choose fruits instead of pastries. Use cinnamon instead of sugar. And if you must indulge, do so sparingly. Your heart doesn't care about birthday cake. It cares about blood flow, pressure, and rhythm. Number 4, excess salt, the silent pressure builder. Salt. It's in your soups, canned foods, sauces, frozen meals, even your morning toast. And while a little bit is essential for your body, too much can be deadly for your heart, especially after the age of 70. High sodium intake causes your body to retain water, which increases the volume of your blood. That leads to higher blood pressure, which puts immense strain on your heart and arteries. Over time, this pressure can cause your artery walls to thicken and your heart to enlarge, reducing its ability to pump blood effectively. You may think, I don't add that much salt to my food. But here's the scary truth. Over 75% of the salt Americans consume comes from processed and packaged foods, not the salt shaker. After 70, your kidneys become less efficient at filtering excess sodium, making it even harder for your body to maintain balance. This means your heart has to work harder just to keep up. High blood pressure is known as the silent killer because it often shows no symptoms until it causes a stroke, heart attack, or heart failure. To protect your heart, limit your intake of canned soups, frozen dinners, chips, and store-bought sauces. Choose low-sodium versions and flavor your food with herbs, garlic, lemon, or pepper instead of salt. You'll taste the difference and feel the difference in your heart. Number 5, packaged baked goods, shelf life, shorter life. They sit neatly on supermarket shelves. Muffins, snack cakes, cupcakes, cookies. They last for weeks, sometimes months, but what they're really extending is not shelf life. It's your risk of death from heart disease. Packaged baked goods are a dangerous combination of everything your heart hates. Refined flour, added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and artificial preservatives. Each one of these ingredients contributes to artery damage, high cholesterol, and insulin resistance. But it's not just what's inside them, it's what they lack. No fiber, no nutrients, no heart-healthy fats. They spike your blood sugar quickly, promote belly fat, and create inflammation in your body that can trigger heart attacks. For people over 70, eating these foods is like pouring oil on a flame. Your body is more sensitive to processed carbs, your digestive system is slower, and your risk of metabolic disorders is higher. And let's not forget the trans fats. Even though partially hydrogenated oils have been banned in many places, some products still contain trace amounts, enough to harm your heart over time. If you're craving a baked treat, make it at home with whole grain flours, minimal sugar, and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. Better yet, reach for a piece of dark chocolate or a handful of nuts, because no cookie is worth sacrificing your heartbeat. Number 6, sugary beverages, liquid death for your heart. They seem innocent, refreshing, a simple pleasure in the middle of the day, a soda, sweet tea, fruit juice, maybe even a so-called energy drink. But these sugary beverages are not beverages at all. They're liquid heart destroyers. At age 70 and beyond, drinking your sugar is one of the fastest ways to damage your cardiovascular system. Why? Because sugary drinks hit your bloodstream faster than solid foods. The sugar gets absorbed almost instantly, sending your blood sugar and insulin levels into chaos. Your pancreas goes into overdrive. Your blood vessels become inflamed. Your heart feels every drop. Just one can of soda contains about 39 grams of sugar, almost 10 teaspoons. That's more than your daily limit in one drink. Sugary drinks also contribute to obesity, particularly around the belly, which is one of the most dangerous types of fat when it comes to heart health. Belly fat releases chemicals that promote inflammation and increase the risk of heart disease. Even worse, many older adults think fruit juice is a healthy alternative. But most fruit juices sold in stores are stripped of fiber and loaded with added sugars or concentrated fructose that wreak havoc on your arteries. Energy drinks? They're even worse. Caffeine plus sugar, which causes high blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, and increases the risk of cardiac arrest in people with weakened hearts. At your age, your heart simply can't tolerate those spikes and crashes anymore. It needs balance, gentleness, and care. So what should you drink? Water, herbal teas, lemon water, unsweetened almond milk, or simply water with cucumber, mint, or berries for a touch of flavor. You've survived too much in life to be taken down by what's in your cup. Number 7. Refined carbohydrates. White flour, real danger. White bread, pasta, pizza crust, bagels, crackers. These may have been household staples for decades, but after age 70, refined carbs are no longer your friends. They're silent saboteurs. Refined carbs are made from grains that have been stripped of their fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What's left is a powdery substance that your body digests as quickly as pure sugar. When you eat refined carbohydrates, your blood sugar spikes. Then it crashes, then it spikes again. This cycle creates a storm of inflammation, weight gain, and insulin resistance, all of which overwhelm your heart. Over time, refined carbs cause your blood vessels to narrow. They increase the thickness of the artery walls and raise your triglyceride levels, making it harder for your heart to pump efficiently. You might not notice it immediately. There's no sudden chest pain, no alarm bells, just tiredness, swelling, shortness of breath, the slow fading of heart strength. And here's something even more dangerous. Most processed foods labeled low-fat or heart-healthy replace fats with refined starches to maintain taste. That means the labels are lying to your heart. Want to know a painful truth? Consuming refined carbs can be worse than eating butter or red meat because they trigger a greater insulin response, which ages your arteries and damages your heart over time. So what's the alternative? Choose whole grains like oats, quinoa, barley, and whole wheat. These grains digest slowly, regulate your blood sugar, and even help lower cholesterol. Your heart doesn't need emptiness. It needs nourishment, substance, stability, and that starts with what's on your plate. Number 8, butter and full-fat dairy, hidden saturated fats that clog your heart. We all know someone who says, "My grandparents lived to 95 eating butter every day." That may be true, but your grandparents didn't grow up in a world with today's sedentary lifestyle, environmental toxins, and processed food overload. After 70, the rules change. Your heart doesn't have the same resilience it once did, and that means butter, full-fat cheese, and whole milk are no longer comfort foods. They're cholesterol grenades. Butter is made almost entirely of saturated fat, and when consumed in excess, saturated fats raise LDL cholesterol levels in the blood. The kind of cholesterol that sticks to your artery walls, narrows them, and slows down blood flow to the heart. This doesn't happen overnight. It's the slow kind of death, the silent kind. You won't feel it after a slice of buttery toast, but year after year, bite after bite, it clogs your pipes until one day your heart says enough. Full-fat cheeses and whole milk may seem more natural than processed alternatives, but they're still loaded with artery-clogging fats. And as your body ages, it has a harder time breaking down and processing these heavy fats, leading to buildup and inflammation in your cardiovascular system. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets high in full-fat dairy increase the risk of heart disease by 30% in older adults. So what should you do? Switch to plant-based alternatives or low-fat dairy. Try almond milk, oat milk, or yogurt made from coconut or cashews. Replace butter with olive oil or avocado spread. Your heart doesn't need indulgence, it needs intention. And every food choice you make is either a gift or a burden to the one organ keeping you alive. Number 9. Fast food, the ultimate heart destroyer, most important one. This is the one we've all been waiting for. And if you only remember one thing from this video, make it this. Fast food is the single most dangerous thing you can eat after age 70. It's convenient, it's cheap, it's everywhere. But what's inside that paper bag isn't just a burger or some fries. It's a toxic cocktail of everything that destroys your heart. Trans fats, saturated fats, added sugars, sodium, refined carbs, artificial preservatives. Fast food is a perfect storm of all the elements we've talked about in this video and more. Every bite of fast food floods your body with pro-inflammatory chemicals. It spikes your blood sugar, clogs your arteries, raises your blood pressure, and shuts down your body's natural defense systems. The buns, refined flour, the meat, often processed and full of nitrates. The sauces, sugar and salt bombs. The fries, cooked in reused oils loaded with trans fats. The drinks, pure liquid sugar. But here's the real danger. Fast food is engineered to be addictive. It hijacks your brain's reward system, making you crave it more and more, while your heart gets weaker and weaker. After 70, your body can't fight back the same way it once did. Fast food doesn't just add pounds, it shortens your lifespan. It increases your chances of heart failure, stroke, diabetes, and dementia. If you've been eating fast food regularly, you need to stop today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, choose real food, clean food, food that grew in the ground, swam in the water, or came from the earth. Your heart is depending on you. It has gotten you this far. Don't betray it now, because this food doesn't just destroy your arteries, it steals years from your life, years you could have spent with your grandchildren, with your loved ones, enjoying the peace and wisdom you've earned over a lifetime. Final message to you. These 9 foods may be a part of your daily habits, but they are not harmless. Each one chips away at your heart, day by day, silently, steadily. But now you know better, and when you know better, you can do better. Don't let taste steal your tomorrow. Let wisdom guide your plate. Let love for your own life and those who care about you inspire better choices. If this video opened your eyes or gave you something to think about, please subscribe to our channel, Faith Wisdom. We are here to guide you, support you, and share timeless truths that help you live with strength, purpose, and peace. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and share this with someone you love. Because knowledge only matters when it's shared. Your heart matters. Let's take care of it together.